Hey everyone, Coach Investor back to another video for today. So in today's video is going to be a bit different than the usual ones because I'm going to talk about an interesting industry, an industry that is innovating all the time and will probably be accelerating in the years to come. And that's the industry of drones, whether it's deliveries of food, medicine, monitoring, architecture, engineering, safety, military, you name it. I think drones will pick up the pace, or drone manufacturing, drone use will pick up the pace in years to come. For example, we have some numbers here. Apparently in 2021, the market was worth around $9.56 billion. In 2022, $13.48 billion. And in 2029, it's projected to be around $232.8 billion. So growing at a CAGR of 42.78%. Now, of course, throughout this video, I will mention some companies that you could invest in that are publicly traded companies, but I'm also going to talk about some companies that are private and one specific companies that actually, inspired me to do this video. I actually got inspired by my favorite YouTuber, which is Mark Rober. If you don't know who Mark Rober is, I'll put the link down in the description below. Tremendous YouTube channel. You actually gain a lot of knowledge from it. He's an ex-NASA and Apple engineer. I mean, his videos are top notch, and his latest video talked about drone delivery, a company called Zipline operating in Rwanda, another place there as well in Africa and in the United States. But we're going to talk about all of that a bit later on. If you enjoy this type of videos and want to see more, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, would really appreciate that. And if you like these types of videos and want to see more coverage of different industries that are growing, let me know which one down in the comments below. And if you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment to get the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. So let's start with a little introduction. What industries, what areas will benefit from, innovation in drones? So there are actually a couple of areas. We first have photography, entertainment and media, agriculture, environmental monitoring and conservation, architecture and construction, engineering, real estate, delivery, emergency services, etc. Now, what are some of the advantages of using drone services? Well, pretty simple, to be honest. It improves delivery times. If you want to deliver something, of course, by air, much easier. Reduced CO2 emissions, since those are electric. Optimized routes, or autonomous, or will be all autonomous. Faster and more efficient way of delivering goods, especially in rural and remote areas. Less congested roads, because, if you can deliver things by air, you don't have to put more cars, more vans on the road. Less traffic, great. And last thing, lower delivery cost in the long run. Last mile delivery is actually the biggest issues when delivering your packages, medicine, services, goods, whatever. And of course, I'm sure there are some other advantages as well. And of course, there are some not disadvantages, but risks. The major one is safety. Since things will start flying above your house, there is a safety issue, right? So most companies have to go through the FAA and get regulated, get approval to fly those things in certain areas. Not just that, another safety issue, cyber attacks, right? Your drone needs to be able to, block out any attacks. Imagine you get a drone delivery to your house, suddenly somebody takes control of your drone and, the worst thing happens. Then you will have some issues where there are a lot of companies flying drones. Do these drones communicate with one another, just like cars? Do they know that another drone is coming through the same route? Maybe we need, just like in the airports, I don't know how you call this tower. This will pop up on the screen. Flight control, and that will be flight control for drones. So you know the routes. Maybe they can communicate with each other. I don't know, but there are some safety issues. There are some risks with this as well. Of course, at first, it will be costly because you have to manufacture those drones. It's hardware and software as well. So it's not easy peasy. Of course, in the future, the more we innovate, the more we advance, these things will become easier to make, will become better as well. I think we will all greatly benefit from the innovation in drones. Now, which companies are now in the drone field? I'm named a couple, one of the biggest actually. Of course, there are many, many other smaller startups, maybe even bigger ones, but those are private that are in this industry. So I'll start with the biggest one, one of the biggest one, and that's obviously Alphabet. So Alphabet is developing drone delivery technology through its subsidiary called Wing. The company is currently testing its drones in select locations in the United States, Australia, and Finland. In Australia, actually, the company has been delivering items such as food, coffee, and medication to customers' home. And in the United States, it has been delivering products such as over-the-counter medicines and snacks to customers in Virginia. Then we have number 2, and that's obviously Amazon Prime. So Amazon Prime Air, they have actually been working on drone deliveries for several years. Well, we've been promised drone deliveries for several years through the Prime Air program. The company is currently testing drones that can deliver packages up to 5 pounds within 30 minutes. Amazon's Prime drone delivery service is still in the testing phase, well, for the overall market, but the company has received approval from the Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, to conduct outdoor drone testing in the United States. Now, of course, when you see the videos of the drones, when you see the pictures of the drone, one of the questions that might pop up is obviously sound. How loud are these propellers, right? Because when you need to lift up a heavy, let's say, box or whatnot, more power is needed. So these things have to spin much faster, which makes them noisier. That's probably a problem that every company is working on right now. One of the companies I will talk on later, Zipline, for example, it's extremely silent. And again, you can watch the Mark Rober video after this one. He does a sound test and pretty impressive. Now, up next, we have one of the delivery companies. So UPS has been testing drone deliveries through its Flight Forward subsidiary since 2019. The company has received FAA approval to operate a drone airline and is currently delivering medical supplies and samples to hospitals and clinics in North Carolina. There's obviously also FedEx, there's also DHL. DHL actually is called DHL Parcel Copter, is a drone delivery service that has been operating in Germany since 2014. The company has been delivering medical supplies and other items to customers in the Bavarian Alps. Now I'll mention 2 other publicly traded companies before I go into the private one. So one is Uber. They're planning on doing this as well. No brainer, right? For them. Of course, it will take time until something actually happens there. And secondly is JD.com, the Chinese company. Now, when it comes to private company, why am I talking about private companies? Well, I know we can't invest in it. At least I can't invest in those, but still interesting to hear what they're doing. So first up is Flytrex. It's an Israeli drone delivery company that has been operating in Reykjavik, Iceland since 2018. The company has been delivering food and other items to customers' home in the city, but also in selected areas in the United States. Then we have Wingcopter, a German drone delivery company that has been operating since 2017. The company has been delivering medical supplies and other items to customers in several countries, including Malawi, Vanuatu, and the Dominican Republic. And lastly, the main reason why I'm making this video is Zipline. So Zipline is what you can see, and the company that Mark Rober is actually talking about in his video. Again, Mark Rober, engineer, ex-engineer, NASA, Apple, does I think around 10 to 12 videos each year, so 1 video a month. Out of those 10, he chooses 1 video and talks about a great company, a great team of human beings that are innovating in a certain area. In this case, he chose Zipline. So Zipline is a startup that focuses on using drones for medical deliveries in developing countries. The company has been operating in Rwanda since 2016 and recently expanded to Ghana. Zipline has been using autonomous drones to deliver medical supplies to remote areas in Africa since 2016. Now, of course, they operate in the United States and I believe Japan as well, or at least they have been trying to or testing it out in Japan as well. Now, touching a bit on Rwanda, by the way, Rwanda, African country that has actually been innovating and have seen a surge in technological innovations throughout the last couple of years. If you're a football fan, soccer fan for the Americans, you've seen Arsenal, for example, sponsored here, Visit Rwanda. This has been a campaign, an ongoing campaign for many, many years. The country really has seen tremendous growth from a GDP standpoint, from innovation standpoint as well. You can clearly see this. Maybe I'll pull up some stats here on the screen. And of course, using these types of drone technologies that are, by the way, autonomous is certainly very, very helpful in areas like Rwanda, like Ghana, and many other African countries as well. Not just there, but third world countries could use these type of services, could save a lot of lives because, well, basically that company gets a ping, they need blood or whatnot, they pack that bag of blood, put it in a bag, wrap it up, put it in that drone, the drone goes out, gets delivered extremely quickly. Previously, what they had to do is drive. I don't know if you've been in third world countries, but the roads aren't as good as they are in Europe or in the United States, for example. Something that takes 20 minutes by drone can take 4 hours by car. And the difference here is life and death. So this again shows you one of the major benefits from drone technologies. We've talked about other benefits here as well. I've shown you a couple of companies that are public, that are investing in this area. I think Amazon is a no-brainer. The other delivery companies as well, no-brainers there because, well, people want their packages much faster. Medical supply have to arrive faster as well. See, right now they're using, for example, helicopters to bring organs to hospitals. Of course, this is costing them a lot of money. Drones, much less. And so this is the video I wanted to put out, inspired by Mark Rober, inspired by Zipline and many other companies and many other people that are doing great engineering, great innovation. Hopefully you enjoyed this type of videos. If you did, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.